Hello Multiverse, welcome to Omniverse Gamers. My name's Damian Bizayo. Today's video is going to dissect another dynamic encounter. We're going to call this Owlbear Temple Defense. This encounter is from Pirates of the Ashen Sea. It happens directly after Owlbear Desert Defender video. If you see in that video, they were helping these armadillos escort this water canister, this water wagon to their homeland because they have to collect water from this oasis, which is the whole other video where they defended the oasis from the Neogi. And this is two encounters after that. They're bringing the water. They're bringing the water in this canister. They're helping them get it to their home base basically because there's these owls have been, really messing with them and really trying to take them, trying to hunt them down. So this map is made by Miskafredman. So thanks to them for letting me use this on the film. Their Patreons in the down below. They have a lot of cool maps, so you definitely go check them out. So as you can see, it's just kind of some towers, some statues in this little temple leading into the underground. Kind of like in my mind, maybe a pyramid. I didn't really know what to do at first, but then once I started doing these armadillos, I was like, oh, this would be good for their home because they've been ousted from their home and now they live in this like ancient tunnel like thing. All their whole tribe is safe down in here. And I had it in Dune, they had the cisterns underwater with all the water. So they kind of store all their water down in this thing. It's where they've been bringing the water from the sacred oasis and putting it in this underground homeland, or underground cavern system, whatever you want to call it. So let me switch over to my side view and I'll show you the. So as you can see, there's their down below here. You can see that's the wagon they were bringing from the previous video, and they've got it down in there, and I got all the armadillos. So they're talking to the leaders here, commanders up here in the north, and they're talking to the shaman and the head shaman and the matriarch of this group. They're kind of they're negotiating, they're making contact and stuff, and they're kind of local heroes because they saved the day twice now and they protected their ancient waters. And so at a certain point they'll see that owl guy that they've seen a lot up in the sky. There's this bird in the sky 1,000 feet in the air, and they know that when that owl's up there that he's a scout, and usually the attacks come not too long after that. And, true to form, here comes, 12 of these owls coming at this place. Now, they already kind of get the idea that they're coming. So they see that first guy, you can see they started to make a defensive wall here with the armadillos. Get back. They lost 6 armadillos in the Oasis defense. And then in the desert, and traversing here, they know that the owlbears now come down in and swoop in and try to grab the armadillos and pull them away, like in the game Defender. Back in the Atari game Defender, the spaceship would go grab people and try to pull them away, and you had to shoot the aliens, then you had to catch the people before they fell and died. That was just part of Defender, and that's kind of where I got this owl thing from. Where I just wanted to kind of use that kind of mechanic in this with these owls. So they start to they fan out. Our rogue gets up front because he wants to hit them first, and our ranger climbs his statue so he gets some stuff in the sky. And then if you watch my Oasis defense video, you'll know that I mistakenly I let them control the armadillos. The players control the armadillos, but I did not give them control of the tokens because I just thought it would waste time to assign all that. But then in hindsight, I realized if I had just assigned them one at a time, it would have made the rest of the battle a lot quicker. So I learned that lesson. And in this defense, this is kind of my retribution. I wanted to have a better defense beginning. That first defense, it worked, but it was long and it slogged a little bit. And it was just kind of dragged, and the mechanics didn't work as well as I wanted it. Whereas this defense, I learned all those lessons, and I made it better. So I gave everybody has control over 2 armadillos. They all kind of picked the color, they color-coded them, and I gave them the tokens colors. So they all had control of these armadillos. Because they know, in their mind, these owls are going to come and try to swoop these armadillo away and take them away. Because they know I'm always kind of, I don't attack them directly all the time. I try to attack the weak things. So if they have pets with them, or if they have something that they have to defend, my monsters are smart enough to know to go at them, and they know that now too. So they have to defend these armadillos at the same time they have to defend themselves from these owls, which can turn into owlbears. So they fought these things twice. So their minds, they kind of know what they need to do basically because they fought these things before. So eventually there's 12 of them coming in. And the guy way up in the north watching, they're coming in. These things are coming in quick, and they're all getting ready. And we roll initiative, and then this group comes in, and 3 of them, boom, turn into owlbears, and they're all, as you can see, the owls they just kind of close in fast, from all directions, and it's intense. They're just like, oh my god, these things are coming fast. And not only are they owls, but they're owlbears, and so there's just a rush. They rush in. The rogue starts to fight them on the statue here. The ranger down here starts to try to get these out of the sky. They do as much damage as they can as these things close in. Now our fighter rogue jumps up front to kind of block them. Now this is my girlfriend's character. She's used to playing a barbarian and being in the front line, just taking all the shots. And now she's playing a fighter rogue, but our barbarian Goliath is not with us today. He didn't make the session, so now she is the frontline fighter, and she's gonna pay for it. She's gonna take it for the team to put herself in between of all these, so they can't get the attack of opportunity. They can't rush all these armadillos. So the group's kind of defending the best they can. They're fighting with their armadillos. Their armadillos are switching out, and this is a desperate fight. And of course, I'm not trying to kill the group. I'm trying to get close enough so that my bears and my owls can grab an armadillo. Eventually, I will grab an armadillo right here. So eventually I get one. And I'm going to start going off to the west with him. He's dragging him away. And they're like, oh, crap. They know if they get to a certain distance, that guy's gone. They just carry that armadillo away. Can owls hold an armadillo? We don't worry about it. They're Ikwiikwii. They're strong. They have enough strength to hold the armadillo. Even though the armadillos are heavy, these are Owlbear owls. They're, it's all part of D&D. You just go with it. So yeah, he's going away. They are able to take him down before he gets too far. And then the poor armadillo falls a little bit. He doesn't fall too far. And they're fighting, there's more coming in. They're just kind of fighting all directions. They're just getting overwhelmed, and they're eventually taking them out. And then I finally get another one. Then now I take one to the northwest, and I got another one I'm going to the northeast. And so they got to split between two of them. Which ones are they going to stop? And I'm also flying up in the air as I'm taking them away. I'm getting higher in the air. So it's a time factor. If they don't kill these enough time, even if they kill them, the armadillo is going to fall. So the one in the upper northwest here, this little green one, they take him out in the sky, and the poor armadillo is like 30 feet up in the sky, and he starts to fall. But thankfully, the armadillos, they can roll up into a little ball and make their defense really high, and their get a bonus on their dex saves. And I do dex saves when you fall to take half. So I mean, he fell like a cannonball, bam, into the sand, and he took the damage, but he was alive, and he's okay. They're like, phew. But then they can't really relax. They got this other guy being taken away over on the west, and this little red one here. So now they got to attack him and get him from being taken away. And they finally, now he's going to drop, and he's going to fall, and he takes some damage, and he's fine, Then I get another one, and that's the thing. They can't just fight and kill these monsters. They're also defending these armadillo. And I got another one. Now I got one going to the west again. They're taking him, and they finally take him out. That armadillo falls, takes some damage. He's actually down to 2 hit points because he'd taken damage before. That armadillo almost died, but he's okay. And then they finally, come around to the last owlbear. And now my owlbears aren't stupid, so he's not going to stay there and take this. He's going to flip back to an owl, and he's going to try to escape without getting attack of opportunity. And which he doesn't because the owls have flyby. But they ended up just, murdering him, and they defeated these owlbears. And that's just how this combat went. And it was funny because after the first combat, when they first were talking about these owls, they were like, the armadillos were, they're our ancient enemy. And, and some of the players were like, we'll go slaughter them for you. And other people were like, we don't know the whole story, the morality of slaughtering a race because this race doesn't like them. And maybe it's a natural balance, whatever, But then over the course of the couple encounters against these owlbears, first they learn that the owlbears are hunting beyond nature. They're more powerful than they should be, so the balance is already upset because they're slaughtering all these armadillos. If they murder them all, they have no more prey. So they're kind of destroying they're destroying the ecology of this island with their actions. So that's one kind of reason that they can fight them. And then also the 2 encounters they had against them, they're like, screw these guys. They all need to die. There's no more. They're not ambiguous about it anymore. They do not like these owlbears. They're gonna go. They're all ready to burn the whole island down, basically, to fight them because they did not like what happened. And it was, well, I mean, in game it was funny. They were like, but these bastards, we don't even care. We're killing them all because our Goliath barbarian was like, we don't know. We got to make sure. And he wasn't here. And then they messaged him after. They're like, no, we are killing all of the owls and screw them. F them. Basically. So this is just an example of a really cool. It was a tower defense, but I wasn't trying to hit the tower. I was trying to grab the armadillos and rip them away and yank them away, because in the owl's mind, if they captured some armadillos, this group would have to come fight them some more, and it was more prey. It was more battle, more glory, more. The Owlbears kind of have their own little system, their own sense of honor and sense of culture, hunting culture, basically. So this was a much quicker, much smoother, much better defense than the Oasis defense. The mistakes that I made in that one, I fixed in this one, and I had, like I said, I gave control over the armadillos to people, to the actual direct control of the minis. Had them just roll 2 attacks at once. It was just really quick. It made it a lot faster and a lot cooler. And they still got stuff. Sometimes they do your own turn. Oh crap, I missed. Make the rogue go. The rogue's a 1-shot kill. If he misses, it's like, oh crap, that was my turn. But now you got 2 armadillos to kind of help you, and kind of it was just a fun way to add to the game and help the armadillo. They're really close to these armadillos now. The armadillos pretty much worship them. Now they have mortal enemies in these owls. So that was just a really fun desert encounter against owls that turn into bears and then turn back into owls. It's a really cool dynamic. I pretty much just used Ikwiikwii. I took some tribesmen. I took Ikwiikwii owls from it's a UA thing in the down below. I just kind of added some strength to them and added some couple attributes and kind of just made them as tribal creatures, but with the ability to change into an owlbear. The owlbears just basically have I gave them athletics +5 to grab, perception because they're owls, they have advantage. You know, they have flyby, they can turn into an owlbear with a bonus action, they have multi-attack, they have talent attack, you know, basically, you know, what an owl would be able to do. And then flipping, they can change into a basic owlbear, just an owlbear, that can actually change back. And now the players are all speculating whether or not they're really owlbears, or if they're owls that are just druids that turn into bears. They don't really know what the exact dynamics of the owl/bears are, but which makes it all more fun for the future. They just know they want to go kill them because they don't like them anymore. So yeah, that was a super fun encounter. I hope that was interesting. I hope that gave you guys some inspiration. We are Omniverse Gamers. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. A lot more to come. Hope to see you soon, and keep on gaming.